What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, closet swing traders? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys got some sleep last night. Let's pull up TradingView as you guys are piling on into the room. He's on time. It was one time. I didn't realize. Leave me alone, Jose. Leave me alone. We got Gina in the house. Good morning. We got Aaron. Good morning. Albert, Andrew, Bill, Brian, David. We got Doug KK. We got GW. Jake is in the house. Good morning, Jill. Good morning, Jose. Good morning, Kyle, Lou, Lucian, Mr. LW. We got Michael Holt in the house. We got Patrick, Quantran. We got Renee, Rich K. Sam is joining us. We got Sylvan, Tim V. We got my boy Will. We got Sochi. Oh, man, we got the crew. We got the squad. Let's go. All right, let's see what we got. We got the spy first. All my peeps on YouTube land piling in. We got Pat. Good morning. We got Daniel. Good morning. It's going to be a fantastic day. Fantastic. All right. So here's our spy. This is our daily. I'm going to keep it in this wide view where nobody can really see any detail. I'm going to keep it there real quick. Just to mainly cover this where we're at now. So pre-market, we're stuck right in the middle of this big volume area. So again, a little bit of a gap down. Right in that range. If I'm looking at probably if we get some further selling, because if we drop, it's either we open right about here or we open slightly lower. I would say the next spot is going to take us to, before we get some kind of support, that's 378.99. If we head a little bit lower, 378.75. That would be the next spot that has to hold. Keep in mind, we did say yesterday that the market itself was pricing in the elections. So they had priced in if Republicans won, it was looking bullish for about 0.7% to 1%. And then if Democrats won, it would be a negative 3% drop. They were kind of pricing in. So Republicans didn't do as well as the Republicans thought they were going to do. Right? Not saying that this drop, I mean, right now it's dropping. It's not that crazy yet. But it looks to me, and there's still a lot out, I think, in PA. They just said he just lost. So if you guys stayed awake for the results of the elections, you'd be up all night. But, and I think there's still some states out and it's not all clear, but we're still just kind of working off election news. And it does look like the Republicans will take the House. That would be at least good enough to block or at least give us some kind of just freeze on probably a lot of policies. Is whoever puts something up, the people just veto and block it and all this stuff. So could give us a little gridlock, which again historically has been good for the market. So again, not speaking on policy in general, but just how the election would affect the markets. So that would be decent for the markets. They're not gonna make it easy on us. And Senate, I think, is probably still a coin flip, but we'll see what happens on that one. No more Nancy. We'll see. I mean, Senate's still, I think, out. Senate's still a little bit of a coin flip, and we'll see which way that one wants to go. But at least I don't have to watch political ads every. It's not even like every 5 minutes. It's like 5 minutes of political ads. That's different. There's a big difference there. It's just nonstop. But at least I don't have to watch those anymore. Either way, they're not going to let us off the hook. We do have CPI tomorrow, so that's going to be another big one. Again, I'm kind of leaning to a little bit of a bullish CPI. I know, probably going to be completely wrong on it, but we'll see. And I'm basing that kind of on the used car market, which makes up a decent part of the CPI numbers that come out, and they've been pretty decent. Yeah, historically 12 months of the usually doesn't matter who takes party or who takes the office, but historically after the midterm elections, the market is bullish. We've seen, I think the smallest, the well, it was a loss. I think it was during Clinton was 0.04% negative for the first 3 months, but even that year pulled out, I think 12% positive, something like that. So we'll see. We'll see. You're gonna I don't know. Maybe we make a new history this year. We'll see what happens. But the next 12 months, historically, after elections have been bullish. It doesn't mean today's going to be bullish. Okay, Michael, settle down. I know you just went to Lending Club. You got a new loan. You're like, okay, I'm going to put this in the market now. Just relax. Just relax. Hold off a little bit. It doesn't mean today is bullish. But historically, over the course of 12 months, it has been bullish. So we'll see how the next 12 months play out. Again, CPI, inflation going to be still hot topics. They're still going to be on the front of many concerns. I'm watching STZ for a move. More alcohol. Maybe. If not, I'll be a customer, Michael. At least I'll help you out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, we did get saved, a little bit of a pullback. Technically, this is a gap and go. It's still inside day on the charts. Let me just see where these VPOCs are on the SPY. Again, on that bigger picture, it looked like 378 and change. That's where we're at now, right? So we could get saved there. If we start dropping below this one, we'll probably get a mini one somewhere around 377.12. And realistically, we might come back to test 375 at some point. But I do have to remain still at this point a little more bullish at open, just if we open here. Maybe this is a pullback to support. Technically, if we're going with the last hour, that would also be a retest gap. We've seen over and over again in the last, I would say, few months, right before CPI, it is very choppy. Chop fest back and forth. We'll see if we get some kind of continuation. Also, for all you guys not knowing or understanding what happened with crypto yesterday, it was a big deal with the crypto world. That's also kind of implying or affecting the markets a little bit. Let's talk about the Qs real quick. So again, same kind of thing. Charts look very similar. We're at a little bit of support. Hopefully we can get some kind of a balance, get saved there. If not, we do have some levels. The bigger level, 263.62. And otherwise, we got a few developing VPOCs. Even this one, 264.90, 264.85, something like that. But we had FTX pretty much get bought out by Binance. The deal's not done yet, but that's a big move. You have Sam Bankman-Fried lost about 94% of his wealth yesterday. He was on the list for one of the top wealthiest people in the world, even though he's 30 years old. How he do it, I don't know. But yeah, crypto's dropping a little bit. Crypto's dropping a little bit. That's a big deal. I don't know if all the details have come out yet. Even the deal with Binance is a little bit shady. Just in terms of there's really no details about what's happening with it, but he was worth, I think, 15 billion. Now he's just under a billion. So I hope you don't cry too much because he's still got a billion. Just, I mean, at the end of the day, pretty good. But I think that was the biggest drop we've seen from a billionaire in one single day ever historically. But we don't know exactly. In the crypto space, there's nothing really documented as much. There's nothing, everything's kind of loose. But if you guys don't know FTX, it's an exchange. You probably see them advertised everywhere. I think they got their name on a stadium. They're all over MLB, basketball. I think you see them. I think Tom Brady's a spokesman for them. I think a couple other people are too. But that's a big deal. The other thing too is we don't know what other banks might be involved. We don't know. So there could be a little black swan floating around there. But the market's right around this time yesterday. This is where the market just started dropping. That was right around when that broke. So it was about from the time the news came out, it was about a 30-minute delay till the markets actually got hit. But it did start bleeding into the actual markets as well. So we will have to keep an eye on that just to see how that develops and plays out. But it could be a little black swan somewhere in there. At least, I mean, if you look at crypto, we'll go to Bitcoin real quick. Bitcoin just absolutely got straight up murdered. That was, I mean, from the highs of 21, that's a big old drop down. I was also pulling up the weekly too, just real quick. If you guys want to take a look real quick at Bitcoin, and we're looking at the volume areas on a weekly basis. The next spot down, I mean, there's not a lot of volume. So the immediate next spot, we're kind of in free fall right now. The next spot would be somewhere about 16,000, we'll call it. But really the volume comes down here. So that could be we could see a Bitcoin under 10,000. Right? If we're just kind of hitting that last safety mark somewhere in 9,500, it's possible. Tom Brady deflated. Tom Brady is having a rough year, I'll tell you that. First, Giselle and the kids, he can't win a football game anymore. Now he's ruining FTX. I don't know what's going on with him. Have to trade his yacht for the Wave Runner. Yeah, I mean, hey, Wave Runners are fun too. Don't knock a Wave Runner till you try it. It's just different. That's all. Just different experience. Tesla needs to get saved. From who? By who? Not sure. That was a weekly. We're at some kind of a hopeful support. But where we are opening right now, on the Tessie, there's not much to save us. All of that volume is resistance. This is the spot for any Tesla bulls. I think we want to hold about this 190 zone, 188, 189, somewhere in that zone. Otherwise, Tesla could be in a big free fall. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We said yesterday, Tesla definitely has a roadmap to a lower revenue. 3.5 billion sold. Kathy to the rescue of FTX. That would be a story. That would be a story. Sam, he was the one that was bailing out a lot of the crypto companies, and now he's like, "Can someone help me?" I would be shocked if it's Kathy. I'll be shocked. I don't know. Soon Binance is gonna just own everything. I think Binance is just buying everything. Tesla now owned by Binance. AMD. Looking decent again. Now we have a little bit of support. Could see a little bit of a bounce. Obviously, right now we are gapping down. Pre-market. This is probably inside day. So close. We'll see where this one opens. Right now, it's gapping below yesterday's daily high wave candle that came in. Obviously, there's still a lot of selling pressure from this day. We're back in that range. It looked good for a minute. Support on AMD. So to short this one's going to be a little tough. 61.91. Somewhere in that zone is going to be a little bit, I guess, of some kind of support. Maybe a little lower, 61.83. And now we do have some support at some other key levels not too far away. So again, AMD might be a little bit on the tougher side right now to short. We draw a little support line. Technically, we're gapping below it. I can't really play it long, so short would be the direction. I'm just not sure how far this thing could run. Oh, Elon sold some shares. Brandon, if you just pay $8 a month for a blue check mark, you might not have to sell so much Tesla shares. All right. Do your part, Brandon. Do your part. Even if we draw this line here, this is from capitulation CPI. Yeah, technically we broke, we closed. This was the retest. I would expect a little bit. Technically, this is a retest gap. It's a highway, but it is a retest. See if we can short the dips, short the rips on this one. That might be decent. Great. Now Kramer's bullish on the markets. Oh, that's the black swan. Oh, we just put it together. That's Kramer's the black swan the entire time. You just see him on TV tonight. He just rips off the face like in Mission Impossible. It's like a rubber mask. It's just swan face. You just got swan face. He's like, he's me the whole time. Like, I watched Scooby-Doo. How did I not figure this out? There's only one other character in the entire story. It's always that guy. Again, not a great looking gap on Apple. Apple has been a little bit, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's been a little bit weak over the last few days. And target probably about at least the immediate target 137.08. Again, doesn't give us much to work with. A lot of these things are probably going to be a little chop. Apple is inside day as well, though, so that's going to be tougher. Amazon, completely in chop zone. This one will have to get a CPI boost or drop to make some kind of move. I don't think Amazon's probably worth playing today. But if it goes up high, we can short. If it drops low, we can try to go long. Just trying to play the support resistance on Amazon. Otherwise, it's just completely channeled. And we're still technically bullish on Delta. We're opening below yesterday's VPOC, but 32.82 would be some kind of support. Maybe we can make a play on Delta. Kind of looks very similar to everything else. So not a lot as far as the six that we're doing. Coin is gapping down. Yep, that's going to be. I'm just reading some of the YouTube comments. Coin is gapping down. That's going to be based on the just panic of Bitcoin. But I do expect some more weakness. This is not looking like a great gap. Probably will continue shorter is my guess. I don't see a reason why this should get saved anywhere around here. So coin could be a nice short out of the gate. I believe Disney is also gapping down. Disney's gapping down, but it is at a longer term support. So maybe. Hold on. Maybe pre-market got this thing a little too low. Let me flip this out to a weekly. I would be holding for yeah, maybe start buying at 80.62, not so much 85. I'll go a little lower than that. And then if this $80 range breaks, the next target on Disney, we could see the Diz at 65. That's Diz target. 45. Yeah, I don't see a 45 yet, but yeah, the next that's not a good look for Disney. We're not in a good zone right now on Disney. Again, this is the spot that has to hold. So again, I'm going to expect, or even at a little bit of support, I'm going to expect that we at least dance around this area, at least do the dance. But in a shorter term view, this looks gross. Just gross. Doesn't look good. Looks pretty bad. Looks like a duty flavored lollipop. See if we get some kind of bounce into 93.20. That would be a spot I'd be considering to go short. So if not today, it will be on the watch list to buy some puts, but I'm not going to buy them at open. I'm going to see if we get a little bit of a bounce. And I don't know. NVIDIA is even more ugly. Did we look at NVIDIA? Yeah, no, NVIDIA's okay still, providing that this holds, and then we have all that support below us. So I don't know at this point if NVIDIA is a quick drop down yet, but I would just wait. Just wait. Hurricane headed to Disney. Maloney says, I want to sell puts. Just depends on the time frame because 70 is a long drop. So number one, if there's value at 70 and you're not going to give it that crazy amount of time, like if you go about a month out, again, we do have CPI tomorrow. What is the VPOC you use on TradingView called? I use two. The one here with this red line and little yellow, blue candles, that's session volume profile. And then for this one with these lines, this is Lux volume profile, I believe. Yep. So type in LUX and that's volume profile. Raymond in YouTube land says, is 150 possible on Tesla? Yeah, I would also say 140 and 130 is possible as well. I would actually say lower than 150 is very, very possible. Meta, I believe though, we'll see what happens. But I believe in December they're supposed to not the Cybertruck, but the other truck. They're supposed to release that in December, so we'll see how that goes. And then I think the latter part of 2023, Cybertruck is supposed to come out. So you have two catalysts that could be boosting, create some more excitement. Right now, there's not a lot happening. In they're not coming in. They're not. You haven't really heard any stories that they're just getting killed or doing something just bananas with the company. Like they've been pretty solid just in terms of products that they put out. You don't really hear like a Boeing plane crashed on it or something like that. But it's still kind of on the overvalued side. Tesla, I would say. I don't know, people thinking. I mean, I like to think long term, but some of you guys are thinking like 75 years in advance. I don't know. Meta, yeah, nice little gap up on the Meta. That one could be a decent bullish play. Let me just see real quick. Technically, retest gap. Man, that's a really nice gap. High volume, almost above it. The only thing that would look prettier is maybe a gap 102.72. It's got really nothing in the way. I've been saying down here, Meta is probably a buy to 120. But that being said, technically retest gap, let it drop a little bit before we try to go long. Watch what happens somewhere around this $100, 149 price target. That's also where the 10 EMA is, but we're back above the 10 EMA. Somehow they did it. They made it. All it took was firing the entire company, but they got there. Tesla timeline's a fictional unicorn. ADDYY. Is that a symbol? Oh, Adidas. Okay. You have a retest gap, never really retested over here. This is also a retest gap. We've run up into it. This one probably fades. Maybe catch it 62.42. I don't know about day trading this one. Again, I just never really looked at it. More of a Nike guy, which is, Nike's probably, look at the downtrend on this bad boy. Ay, ay, ay. Come on, Ron DMC. Yep, been getting clobbered for a little bit now, for sure. But yeah, It's low. We could try looking at some valuations on this one. This is over the counter, so volume is going to be light typically. That's not a good drop though. Wait, if you're going to try to go long, again, day trading might be a little tough on it, but a bunch of Teslas caught on fire. No, that's not bad news. How are you going to use a fire emoji if a Tesla never went on fire? Like that's just for Elon to try to get some more fire emojis out there in chats. That's it. Let's see. Covered Meta coin. I think we got like 3 more minutes. If anybody has any more tickers, we can go with that. Otherwise, I do expect a little bit of chop today. The gap probably would fade us a little bit more bearish than bullish, but I'm going to be waiting, see if we get any kind of rips to go short. Will says MasterCard. Is that a, yep, MasterCard. Looks a lot like the SPY at this point. Technically, this is a retest gap, so see if we could get a little bit of buying up before you want to short this thing. Keep in mind, you do have the 10 EMA right below you as well, so this could be kind of a retest into that 10 EMA, and we just bounce back. But CPI comes out tomorrow. That's going to be a heavily watched event. It's definitely going to move the markets, and that might cause, again, a little bit of lighter volume today, I would say. I think we get some lighter volume, and then I think we get just a lot of Chopzilla. We will see. Yeah, I would be looking to fade Disney up higher at this point. Let me switch over to Think or Swim. It just mainly just because we're at that spot where, like, I would love to see a red candle out of the gate and then take a break of it. But we are at a longer term support. We're also at the zone on Disney. So if you're a bull, you're waking up today going, better buy more or I'm going to lose a lot of money. My name's McDaniels. CT, what? I must have missed something. But so I don't even know what that reference is, but just the word McDaniels makes me laugh. I don't know why. Oh yeah, Roblox down. I forgot that's also on our list. I think they missed earnings as well. Getting clobbered. Let me just throw this over here. A minute left. I'm not going to switch back charts, but let me just take a look where price targets would be. That looks like a pretty horrendous gap. Horrendous. You have a little bit of support down there, Greg. A little bit. Technically, this is also a retest gap, so I'd be leaning toward don't short at open on this one. Wait for it to kind of come up, retest a little bit, or play the fade higher. But you are gapping down into a little bit of in some way, shape, or form, some type of support. But that is a pretty horrible looking chart. All right, everyone's good in YouTube land. I do appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for the visit. Make sure on the way out, you guys do hit that little thumbs up, that little like button. It just makes me feel good about myself more than anything. But if you have not also checked out any of the free content, we do have beginner, intermediate, and advanced courses right there on reallifetrading.com. Make sure you guys check it out, but be safe in the market. Be careful. Today might be chop day. And also tomorrow, CPI. So tomorrow's going to be a big, big day in the market. Just be aware of that. Control your positions at the end of the day and make sure you are positioned